Alligator.
An alligator, yeah. I was looking through my book of poems last night reading them. It's called There's a Sidewalk End by Shel, Silverstein, one of our favorite poets. And Amari, I was looking through the book and I saw an illustration and I thought it was an alligator, but it's really a crocodile because they're two different types of animals. What? Do you know what the difference between a crocodile and an alligator is? I think crocodile is bigger than alligator. It's bigger? Anybody else know? Anthony?
A crocodile, well, alligator is darker than a
Okay. Amari?
Oh, there is more to a crocodile.
More teeth? Deasia?
An alligator has a wide mouth than a crocodile.
I wish you guys had been home with me last night because I didn't know the answer. But what's something we can do when we don't know the answer to a question, Bayani?
Read it back over.
You can read it over again? Sure, what's something else you could do? If you had a question like, what's the difference between an alligator and a crocodile? Where could you go to find that answer? A dictionary, that's a good place to start. I started on the computer. I went to the internet and looked on Google. So I thought maybe we could do that this week. So look at alligators and crocodiles before we read the poem. So not yet, but in a moment when I say so, I'll have you stand up and push your chairs in and then come quietly sit in front of the smartboard and find a seat. Let's see if we can all be here crisscross, ready to go by 5. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 5. Excellent. You guys did a super job. Let's look up here. I typed into Google crocodiles and alligators, and this is one of the websites that I found. Both alligators and crocodiles are what we call reptiles, and they live in different areas of the world. It says the alligators live in the United States, in China, and Central and South America, and that crocodiles live in Africa and Australia. These are places sound kind of familiar from when you did videos earlier. Yeah. It says, is it an alligator or a crocodile? All species of alligators, crocodiles, are together known as, crocodillian. Can you say that word?
Crocodillian.
Good. Some of the differences, it says down here, is the shape of their jaws. Alligators tend to have wide, U-shaped, rounded snouts. What's a snout? Yeah, it's their U-shaped in their mouth. And that crocodiles have a longer, more pointed V-shaped snout. Let's look at the two pictures over here. Can you tell which one's the alligator and which one's the crocodile? How about you raise your hand if you think the top one is the alligator. Raise your hand if you think the bottom one's the alligator. The top one's the alligator. You see how it's a little bit wider up here at the top, and then the bottom one is more of a V shape? That's one of the differences. Another difference is their teeth. It says the fourth tooth, can you count your teeth? 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth tooth back of the lower jaw sticks up on the crocodile so you can see it. But in the alligator, it's covered. So if we went out to the swamp out here by campus at the University of Florida, if we would see alligators. Would we see their teeth sticking out or no? No, we wouldn't because their teeth are covered up. If we saw teeth sticking out, we would know a crocodile. Let's go ahead and look at the poem because it's about a crocodile's toothache. What do you notice about the word toothache? Anything special? Sam?
It's got something sweet and it's got the head.
Yeah, that's exactly what a toothache is. Has anyone had a toothache before? There are 2 words in the word toothache that we combine to make one word. What do we call words like that where you take 2 words and combine them into one? Give me a new compound. Perfect. What are the 2 words that make up toothache? The word tooth. And what was the other one? I heard somebody say it. Inferencing. Good. What is an ache? pain that you have. Good. What do you do when you have a toothache? Where do you go? Oh, someone I haven't called on yet. Is here?
The dentist.
Yeah, you go to the dentist. And what's the dentist do?
Take those teeth.
The dentist is a doctor who looks at your teeth. You have to go to school for a really long time to be a dentist. Almost as long as you do to be a doctor. But over at the University of Florida, they have a school that they call the College of Dentistry. Is anybody in here really interested in teeth? Like when you lose a tooth or when you brush your teeth to take care of teeth? Would you want to maybe study teeth and do that when you grow up? Yeah, you can go to college and become a dentist. Alright, I'm going to read the poem first, but follow along when I read it, because at the end we're going to read it all together for practice our fluency. So, grab our pointer here, and I will read it first. So, all eyes, I bet you're watching and listening. You're doing a super job this morning. The crocodile went to the dentist and sat down in the chair. And the dentist said, "Now tell me, sir, why does it hurt and where?" And the crocodile said, "I'll tell you the truth. I have a terrible ache in my tooth." Good. And he opened his jaws so wide that the dentist, he climbed right inside. And the dentist laughed, "Oh, isn't this fun?" And he pulled the teeth out one by one. And the crocodile cried, "You're hurting me so. Please put down your pliers and let me go." But the dentist just laughed with a ho, ho, ho. And he said, "I still have 12 to go." Oops, that's the wrong one, I confess. But what's one crocodile's tooth, more or less? Then suddenly the jaws went snap, and the dentist was gone right off the map. And where he went, one could only guess. To the north, where's Brittany? North, south, east, or west? None. He left no forwarding address. But what's one dentist, more or less? Let's go back really quick. What's a forwarding address? Do you know what a forwarding address is? Well, first let's start with what's a regular address? Anthony?
The address.
Like
somewhere they live, where they live at.
Yeah, it's where they live. It's your house number and the street that you live on. A forwarding address is when you move. And any bills or catalogs or letters that people send you, the post office knows where to send them to your new address if you give them a forwarding address, because they send it forward to the place where you move. What happened to the dentist?
He went to south,
Where
north.
did he go? You think that's where he went? Does anybody else have any other ideas about where the dentist?
No.
No? Where, Tara?
No, the crocodile.